Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. So something that really made me laugh this morning when I woke up was a comment that I read on the BTC ETF video, which was, it doesn't affect LUNC, it doesn't affect USTC, I don't care. This is probably the dumbest thing I think I've ever read. That it's just laughable. Honestly, it's just laughable, and it's got my day going with a good step, because these ETFs are the future, right? Everybody wants, the broader consensus to get involved. Well, how does that broader consensus get involved? Well, they normally wait for governments to more or less start utilizing the technology and go, hey, it's safe, you can use it. Here's all these different means and ways that you can trade on the stock market, or you can go to the crypto market if you feel like it. These things are very important to us here in DeFi, because DeFi is the future of crypto. If crypto is supposed to be this sort of very anonymous system, and DeFi is the future, we'll have to do a video on that. What I want to focus on here this morning is just the market's looking really good, but what is playing out on the price chart for LUNC is quite important at the moment, because we've seen this happen just before this substantial, I think it was 480% run. Now, I did a video explaining the power of the Dragonfly Doji, but I think something I didn't cover in that video was how it actually works, and how to read a Dragonfly Doji trading pattern, and realistically what to look for as to how you can play out your next move. But like I was saying, the crypto market's looking very interesting. I think we're going to be in a very snaky movement where we're just sort of going up and down until these ETFs are confirmed and things like that start getting put in forward to the broader consensus. I'm very excited for this. If you're of the belief that BTC has absolutely no effect on things, then you should probably go and do some research about BTC dominance, things like that. Now, like I said, we've seen another Dragonfly Doji print, and this one's quite a strong, so to speak, pattern that's played out. We've seen a downtrend, which was this falling wedge. We've then seen a breakout of this falling wedge, which signifies to us that something's going on with the price and it's no longer falling. This is called a trend reversal. What we're looking for after this is some kind of indicators to show us that the price could possibly be going up and it could be going down. And these dojis are very important. Now, what to look for after these dojis are printed, and you'll only realistically want to read these on the day chart. They're not going to be, no sort of price reading or trading or anything is a 100% tactics, but these things have played out quite well for us in the past. Like I said, we have tracked one of these previously on the channel. You can go back, you can look at that video. I'll try to leave a link to it. Now, what we're looking for here is a high daily close. The bigger the daily close above this doji, the stronger the potential for a bullish reversal breakout and possibly seeing another 480% run. Is that me saying it's going to run by another 480%? God, no. What I'm saying is here, everything's at point critical. And this is why I keep going back to the statement of being at point critical, because these sorts of patterns take a few days to play out normally, and really trying to read things for how they are. Now, like I said, what we're looking for here is a very substantial high green candle close way above this. If for whatever reason today we get a lower close than this, it's not the sign we're looking for as a community, reading this chart and saying to ourselves, is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? In my experience, the likelihood is if we get a daily close below this doji, the stronger that daily close is, the stronger the potential for a bearish reversal. So like I said, what we're looking for here is a very strong close. The stronger the better in this case. If it shoots up, it shoots up. It's however it takes. Does that mean it's going to shoot up? Absolutely not. I think this is going to be another pattern, and it's going to play out over the course of a couple of days, just tracking, and then we're going to see a substantial move, depending on how this closure goes down, depending on how it plays out for the broader market. Now, what we can go and look at is other coins that are tied in our sector, like Luna, like USTC. Now, these two aren't leading the charge at the moment. It seems that LUNC led the charge breakout early this morning. And what I mean by a charge breakout is if you go and look at coins like XRP, for example, they don't do these kind of breakouts in such short periods of time. It's a very small window of movement, so to speak. There's not a lot of price action going on, whereas there's a lot of price action going on for our chain. There's a lot of people that are very upset as to the tax not getting raised to 1.5%. There's a lot of people that are happy about that. Honestly, all you can do in these situations is see how the price reflects, see how this pans out for us, and then try to read why possibly the price is going up and the price is going down. And then you can really start to gauge what is a good route moving forward. Because for me, if you look at chains like Luna, they've got a fee share initiative where they're giving back to the validators because they know the validators are more or less going to build and give back to the blockchain in turn. Our biggest issue here on our chain is the majority of the validators that are building are Luna. The other majority of the validators are just sitting talking shit on Twitter to each other every day, trying to one-up each other, trying to steal delegators from each other, and they're really not building anything. It's been 2 years and we've not seen anything. The most substantial things to come forward is like AC modules from people like myself, which is widely utilized. You would think within 2 years, right, we would have so many more tools, so many more different utilities under our belts, but we don't. And this is the stern reality which comes into play when the majority of our validators are just rent seeking. The other are pretending to be validators that don't develop anything. And it really stems down to stuff like this. So what we need to see, right, is for at least like 10% of the validating base to be able to push out, bring new tools that everybody else can utilize. And hopefully this starts to spur things back into step. But for me, like I've explained so many times, right, a high tax can be good and it can be bad. And this is always going to be the argument. You're always going to have the Goldilocks situation where one bowl of porridge is not good enough, one's just right, and one's, terrible to say the least. You're always going to be in that situation. One day you're going to want a sweet bowl of porridge. One day you might want a salty bowl of porridge, depending on if you're feeling sweet or if you're feeling savory, right? So then we look at this situation, we think to ourselves, what's the best way to get over this? Smart tax. But who's building these smart taxes? Because it's not any of these validators building on Luna, right? It's none of these people that are spending day in, day out talking shit to each other on Commonwealth, on Twitter, trying to one-up each other. They're not developing any systems. We didn't see any of them take anything off the United Vision and develop anything. Of course we didn't, because the only thing they're good for is normally sitting and one-upping each other. This is the reality for most people for winning and doing something on the blockchain, is like having voting power or, being the smartest guy in the room and getting the most one-ups on other people. Winning is not building a tool or building a utility for these people. Like I said, it's just power of control. Whereas what we've done throughout our time here in Luna Classic is develop tools, bring the system to a better place, and do everything that we can possibly do within our means to make the systems better for everybody. And yeah, it really goes to show when you follow those kind of routes, the chain starts to benefit, it starts to prosper. In my opinion, because we haven't raised the taxes, because the system can breathe, hopefully we're going to see some projects pop up. Hopefully we're going to see some of these games start to land. We're going to see more coins begin to move. Hey, the Astroport contract's almost ready. They're chain owned again. I'll do a video on that today, get you an update and get you to where you need to be with that, and explain why that's so important and the kind of effect that's going to have once that opens back up. That there's going to be arbitrage opportunities. There's going to be so many different things that we can do. There's so many things to look forward to in the future for this chain. But I guess it's all going to brew down to actual builders, actual developers, and funding and support getting to the right people, instead of it consistently sitting with people like Orion Staking, Orbital Command, and people that have absolutely nothing to do on this chain. Folks, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like. Those 3 things help this channel so much. Consider delegating your LUNC with us. You can use the auto compounding module on HCC Factory. It's a simplified tab over there if you want to use that. If you want to support this channel a little bit extra, feel free to check out our Patreon. Consider supporting. Those kind of things really do help this channel. It helps us produce more content. It helps us stay around in this blockchain and be more involved with people and stay on the ball. Folks, I'll catch you in the next one.